We met when we were both in college.
Bobby was a dishwasher engineer at Providence Hospital.
Loves to brag about that.
We have 2 older kids, they're 5 and 7, and we found out we were pregnant with our 3rd child. It was going pretty well for the first few weeks. Week 20 is when you find out if it's a boy or a girl. At that appointment, we found out that my immune system had become sensitized somehow to his blood type, and it was attacking his red blood cells.
We know the baby's being slowly killed through its blood being destroyed. Doctor, what can we do at this point?
The doctor said the baby probably had about a week left. The intervention is to give the baby blood transfusions. Basically, it's this needle that I never looked at because I didn't want to be afraid of it, but it's a pretty big needle that they use, and they insert it into the vein in the umbilical cord. And a second doctor actually physically infuses the blood.
Along with the transfusion, every single time they tell you to be ready, because if something goes wrong, you're going to have a baby. And at 27 weeks, the baby wasn't ready. We weren't ready. Getting into the 5th transfusion, the needle, the doctor was having a tough time getting the needle placed into the umbilical cord.
So they were monitoring the heart rate and it just wasn't going down. And so the second ultrasound, that vein that they monitor in the head to tell if he's anemic or not, the numbers just jumped. The doctor said, he's in distress. We have to deliver him now.
So at this point, he was 32 weeks and he was born at 3 pounds, 3 ounces.
They rushed him off to the NICU, and he went straight into an incubator, and he was very sick when he was delivered. It was a real dicey first 48 hours to see kind of whether or not he would survive. They had lines placed in every arm and every leg, and I remember being wheeled into his room, and I was just bawling, just crying. This is just really hard to see him like that. I just felt like God had shown us so much grace already and brought us out of so many hard situations that I almost felt like this situation was the time that the other shoe was going to drop. At that point, I felt like I needed some more support. I needed someone to talk to about this. And so I contacted church again. They set me up with someone from Stephen's ministry that they do here at North Shore. This person came to meet with us and just very patiently went through each of these scenarios where God had intervened in our lives and just had me describe them to her. That really helped challenge my view of the situation and kind of reflecting back on each time that God had intervened before. So why was he going to abandon us now? We were finally able to touch him. It was day 3. We were able to help pick him up.
Just pick him up.
For, I think it was a diaper change, and it was really special. He was in the NICU for almost 7 weeks and just slowly got better and better. Eventually, he was able to breathe on his own, so they took away the oxygen, and he was eating enough by mouth, so they took out the feeding tube. And that was the point where they started preparing us that he could probably go home. I think for me, God has really tried to show me that he's always there. He's always able to bring you through it and sustain you, and not to put limits on his grace. Because his pregnancy was so scary, we never really got the opportunity to celebrate Peter. So it feels really special to share how amazing he is and how amazing God is.